Welcome back, boxing fans. Just in time for PBC Live. Elijah Garcia against Terrell Guasha.
He weighed in at 160.2 pounds. His record 24 wins, 4 losses, and 1.
As I said, man, the PBC putting this young man in with Guasha, ex-US Olympian, coming off of a loss. It's a tough fight. Gaucher. What's up, Jaime? J.A., what's up? This kid really looked good going into his last fight. Only 21 years of age, Elijah Garcia. But bit off more than he can chew last fight. And now taking on this veteran fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the exciting and rising young middleweight contender, introducing Elijah Garcia. Once again, our referee in charge. Now we need instructions.
Leading into his career, I was really impressed with Elijah Garcia. Really skilled fighter, a kid that I saw as one of the great future PBC fighters. But then they put him in real early against a very tough veteran fighter, and he got beat. Now putting him in with Guasha. Ooh. This is a tough one. What do you guys think? Who are you picking? Obviously, I'm a Elijah Garcia fan, but you can't overlook the veteran fighter. Here we go, round 1. I'm excited that I can watch a PBC on my big TV. Finally, after how many years? Guasha is one of those real veteran, skilled fighters, awkward, and not easy for anybody. He's coming out and, of course, doing what he would do. He's trying to take the center of the ring, fighting behind that long jab. Elijah Garcia, obviously, a lot of pressure on this kid coming off of his first career loss, only 21 years of age. He was really starting to get a lot of hype behind him, too. The 602. I can't remember off the top of my head who Elijah don't care. Come on, Jay. How do you don't care? Elijah Garcia is a good fighter, good young fighter. Why don't you care? And he's in the perfect division, middleweight. Obviously, this division, when you think about Carlos Adames and you think about, obviously, Janabek, those are the two big names. And outside of them, now that Shiraz has moved up in weight, there's nobody really else of interest. You got an old-ass Arizandi Lara. So you need some young guys, some guys to actually bring something into things. What's up, Iceman? At this pace, it's a chess match between the two of them. Good shot to the body from the veteran. A counter jab from Garcia. Oh! Straight right hand, catches the young man and drops him. I said, man, the PBC putting Elijah Garcia in with a veteran guy like this, coming off of a loss. It's a tough fight, man. Oh, we wonder if he was really hurt. Obviously, Terrell is going in on him now. Now it's a fight, kid. We see what kind of heart you got. Elijah's going to the body now, letting his hands go. Obviously, he's trying to win back his machoism. Going into this fight, Elijah Garcia felt obviously uncomfortable, whereas Terrell Guasha was probably feeling super confident. Clubbing left hand from Guasha. A lot of body work from the young kid. That's a smart move, man. That's probably what he should have been doing right from the beginning, going after this old guy's body. The Guasha, I think, is 37 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. How much of this pounding can he take physically at this point of his career? Well, you might as well get over those fucking bloody nose. Not a good way to start the fight, that's for sure. Down 10-8. Just got a little bruise on his forehead as well. Look at this shot. Boom! Straight down the pipe. A lovely shot from the veteran fighter. A nice counter right hand. A Mexican called Elijah didn't sit right with me. Elijah Garcia is a bum. Come on, David. The kid's 21 years old, and he lost to a really good fighter in a step up, and now they threw him in with a real good veteran fighter. What do you mean a bum? Elijah got dropped already? Yup. Round 2. But as a young kid, man, you're going to have to come through some hurdles, right? Especially when your name is Elijah. Nothing's going to be given to you. At least now he's starting to sort of push Terrell back and getting him on the ropes and hitting that body. So I think stylistically, this is a much better thing for him as opposed to trying to box with the boxer on the outside, trying to hold the center of the ring. Now you know Guash is going to try to counter you with that big right hand down the middle. So just get in there, put him on the ropes, and fucking hit that body. Wear him down, break him down. The body work is bothering the old veteran. At least this is what we want. Some excitement right from the fucking beginning. What's up, Drunk Irishman? Champy, what's up? One thing about Guasha is he has a good chin. He does have a good chin. That's why it's smart to go after that body. From the 602. Where's the 602? Elijah's really invested a lot in the body. Terrell is just sort of waiting for the opportunities to counter. So the second round is much different. Obviously, Elijah's having a lot more success in this round, putting pressure on him. But Terrell is still dangerous. Oh, clubbing right hand, clubbing left. Good jabs from Elijah. Countered off the body shot there. The straight left to the pit of the gut. Terrell Guasha does not like it. I keep throwing that shot right down there. The only problem is, of course, Terrell's trying to counter that shot with a big right hand. Let me know in the comments. I can't remember, but does Terrell Guasha carry his power late into fights, or does it tend to fade? I sort of get the feeling that he's a quick starter, but then he sort of fades in fights, and that's why he's ended up losing too much. But let me know. Phoenix, Arizona. Champy, didn't Ramos fall asleep on the wheel in the second half of the Lubin fight? He did, in a big way. Arizona, baby. Keyshawn Davis and De Los Santos in the works. Great fight. Yeah, that's good news because obviously there have been talk about De Los Santos fighting Frank Martin, and people were talking as if that fight was confirmed. But if they're able to get Keyshawn Davis to get that fight, that's a great fight for Keyshawn. Right, and if you could get potentially Murtaila Abdulev winner for the IBF title for unification, those would be two great fights back to back. No, he was robbed horribly. That's why he's getting the opportunity, and Lubin still in hiding. PBC tried to help Lubin's dying career off Ramos' name by robbing him. Yeah, and then all he did was price himself out of that fucking Tim Tszyu fight, right? He's not hiding. What he wanted was that Tim Tszyu fight for big money, but the problem was he fucking wouldn't go to Australia to fight Tim Tszyu where he'd get paid more money. Stupid motherfucker. And a guy like him, you can't sit around fucking for extended periods of time not doing anything. That's not going to help your career. If Keyshawn looks better than Shakur did against Alex Santos, I can see the fraction in their friendship. Lubin is fighting some bum on Pro Box. Well, it's good that he's back, but obviously that shows you the whole PBC scenario. They just don't have the money or the opportunities available that they once did have, because otherwise they totally would be pushing him. As opposed to having Ramos on this card, like, you know, they love the Black American fighter, especially the guy with some name recognition, and that's Lubin. Elijah's really putting a lot of pressure on that body. It's much better. He's looking way better now fighting this style. And I think he should totally keep sliding to the right. Not stand straight in front. There you go. Slide to the right. Hit that body. Don't get in the middle. Don't try to outbox him, because that's what lets you getting dropped in your ass the first round. This fight's turning out to be a fun fight. Both guys letting their hands go. Now that it's in the middle of the ring, Terrell Guasha's having a little more success. There you go. Double, triple that jab. Get him on the ropes and pound that body. There you go. Smart. It's funny, a lot of the PVC prospects, right, have really kind of started to get exposed as bum ass motherfuckers. You had that Michael Malecki guy, who obviously is now with, I think, Top Rank. Then, of course, you had Spencer, who's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu, and then Garcia, and obviously several others, guys that were like the next generation of PBC fighters, getting a lot of hype, really getting promoted and pushed, and none of them have really shown that they have much to them at all. The difference with Elijah is he was super young and really looked good. Good shots, good back and forth. Oh, nice counter from Terrell Guasha with that right hand. Elijah, you gotta just watch out for that right hand. That's the most dangerous punch by a mile. Should I take that bet? DraftKings still has Guasha as the underdog. Well, the way the fight's going, I can totally see Elijah winning, going the distance with that body work that's getting into him. But at this point, Garcia coming back, it's a good fight. Guasha throwing some good punches, some good punches. I used to be high on Elijah. I don't know what happened to the kid. What happened is they moved him too quick against a real good opponent, and he got beat. And now they're bouncing him back against a really good opponent, right? You know, like the way the PBC's moved him, they really put him in tough positions. He should have been given like a baby gimme back fight after his first loss, not a fight with a veteran like fucking Terrell Guasha. Ah, yeah. So it does fade in fights, right? Here we go. Round 4. Guasha coming out aggressive. The last round, Garcia outlanded or outthrew him. The way my fucking... I got like the subtitles on, but the way they do it, it's hard to follow. It doesn't just go in a straight line. So it's really weird. Good counter shots. The right hand from Guasha is for sure the big weapon. He's just sitting back trying to time him, trying to land another big one. Elijah, got to double, triple that jab, get to the inside and hit that body like you've been doing. There you go. Double, triple, big hooks. There you go. Nice work. Keep doubling that jab. Get to that body. Nice shot to the body. Keep hitting that body. Hit him low. Hit him in the knee. Hit him in the hips. Hit him in the ankle. Whatever works. We'll do the math. Look at what happened to Tim Tszyu fight, and Tim Tszyu isn't exactly iron-chinned. Well, going into the Guasha fight, right? People didn't know that Tim Tszyu's chin was, I won't say it's dented or not great, because losing to Murtazaliev, Murtazaliev obviously is a hard puncher and dangerous. But even in that fight, right, Toa Guasha started fast and then, of course, faded late in the fight. I kind of think this fight's going to go the same way. The more these rounds start to add up, the more the body work from Elijah starts to hit. We're going to see Guasha just fight in spurts, hoping to land something big when he throws this, when he lets his hands go. But in the meantime, it's probably going to be getting not outboxed, but outworked. And so far in the last 2 rounds, that's pretty much what happened. There you go. Double, triple those jabs and then throw to the body. You got to outwork these old motherfuckers. There you go. That left jaw to the body. He hates that shit. He don't like it. The Ramos fight is next, yes. I like it because there's just 3 fights, right? They're just going to show this fight, the Ramos fight, and then obviously the Fundora fight. Lickety split. No fucking around. There you go. Much better round for Elijah. Obviously, Terrell's still dangerous, though. I'm torn because right now NCAA college basketball is on, and I want to watch so bad. But now, of course, Prime is finally showing a fucking live PBC fight in Taiwan. So I can't not watch, because what I've been complaining about for years is I can't watch the PBC in Asia unless it's a shit fucking stream. Garcia is weak. I won't say he's weak, but I can see what you mean. Early on, when I was watching him early on in his career, he looked like he had some power, some speed, some snap on his punches. Now at this weight, his punches just don't look like there's a lot behind them. Fundora is garbage. I agree. Wildcat, a sleeper to win it all. No chance. That's home fucking cooking, buddy. I was happy to see Cal's Arkansas win today against St. John's. When I picked my bracket, I was thinking, well, when he was with Kentucky last year and the year before, there was so much pressure for Kentucky to do well. What? This guy thinks Guasha won the last 2 fucking rounds. Give me a break. So they just gave fucking Garcia. Brian Campbell's terrible. Brian Campbell literally just gave Garcia the last round. Whereas the second round was exactly the same. You could easily give him the second round. It could totally be 2 rounds each. I think he won maybe the third round as well, but at least he was more effective, and you could see he was pushing more in the third round, not like the second and fourth. But this fight should be 2 rounds each, obviously with 1 extra point for the knockdown on my cards. Well, Fundora should beat Booker. That's why they put him in with a limited opponent. That's my point. You got Ramos in with a cherry pick opponent. You got fucking Fundora in with a cherry pick opponent. You throw Elijah Garcia in with maybe the best opponent of his career. Right? And it tells you really, how is that promoting a guy, especially a 21-year-old kid who potentially has a long career ahead of him? Come on, Elijah. Keep throwing that double, triple jab. Get him to the fucking ropes and throw him into the body. Don't stand out there trying to outbox him. You lose in that battle. Yeah, Guasha does look like he's a harder puncher, which You would never have thought going into this. Ramos is just trying to stay active because Fundora and Murtazali are ducking him. Yeah, and that's fine. I think you should be doing that. And Elijah, coming off of a loss, you figure you'd put him in with an opponent to build back his confidence, not put him in with a fucking KG veteran, right? What you're trying to do is break the kid's confidence. Nice uppercut from Guasha. Double, triple the jab, Elijah. Don't go in with one punch that he can counter. You got to put your hands together. There you go. Oh, nice counter fucking right hand from Terrell. Nice jab from Elijah. Oh, man, fucking. This round, way better for Terrell. He's really landed some clean shots. There you go. Put those hands together. Hit that body. Terrell don't like it to the body. He said, low blow, low blow. That is a Terrell Guasha round. What's up, Jag? See, I'm a very fair scorecard person. So if I say it's 3-2 for Terrell Guasha, it's because it's 3-2 Terrell Guasha. Even though I want Elijah Garcia to fucking come back and get a big victory. Guasha fought Lubin a few years ago and lost, but managed to hurt him. Salute, Sean. It's me, Alonzo. Man, do you ever keep a fucking name that's the same? You go through names like fucking some people go through fucking ladies. How come I don't see this fight on the app? Let me go to the weight class. Round 6. It's only a 10-round fight, man, and already you down 3 rounds to 2 with 1 point scored. You're throwing around rounds. Guasha has landed 85 to 66. I always think CompuBox is weird. The guy throws 383 shots, 100 punches more, yet you think he hasn't landed anything? You're not counting the body shots? Double, triple the jab on the entrance, kids. Don't try to throw those long shots from the outside. That's the problem. When you allow Guasha to fucking pick and choose his counter punches, he's really effective. What you got to do is push him back, work him. Now he's starting to hold because he doesn't want those body shots. That tells you got to fucking throw more. Yeah. Throw more. Go. Let your hands go. You got him on the ropes. Fucking open up. Hit that body. Bruise up that old man. Why? Yeah, that's the problem. Right now, Elijah needs to pick up his pace. The last round, Terrell came out and was really effective and threw a lot, and obviously doesn't have that much energy for this round. And you let him sit back picking you apart. That's not fucking good. Yeah, put those hands together. Throw. Go. Boom, boom, boom. Throw. Keep going. Guido Emmanuel Schramm. Who is that fucking guy? Has anyone heard of him before? Thanks very much to the best fan on YouTube boxing community, Jag, with the $10 super chat. Praise. Oh, now fucking Terrell Guasha is opening up. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Fucking Elijah is taking a beating. A beating. I wonder if this means that you could see what they're doing. They figure if Elijah beats this guy, they're going to put Elijah in against fucking Arizlandi Lara for his WBA title. But, man, you got to give the kid a bounce back fight. Vladimir Hernandez fight hasn't started yet, though, I don't think. Come on, Elijah. What the fuck? Vladimir Hernandez is fighting good these days. That's why when both Madrimov and Ramos beat him, the win aged well. You decide to go with the card instead. The Pro Box card is actually a little better. Well, I can't watch two things at once, even though I guess I could put the Pro Box fight card on my iPad. But I don't know if it's much better. Really? I was watching a little bit of it earlier, and there's nobody I know. Pro Box.
A little straight punch combination there.
I mean, it's a woman's fight. And I got to listen to Paulie fucking moaning and groaning. What do you mean better? Like I want to listen to fucking Algerian Paulie. Come on, Elijah. I mentioned earlier Vladimir Hernandez knocked out Schramm. My local paletero would be performing better than Garcia. Shut up. What happened? Oh, my God. Too many things going on. I turned off the fight. Huh? What? No. Mother, father. Oy vey. You keep it at this card for now. Which one? The girl's card? Or Elijah getting his ass beat? Here we go, round 7. I don't want to get more trouble from YouTube. So round 7, I would say it's 5 rounds to 2 for Terrell Guasha plus a knockdown. I find it really tough to think that Elijah is somehow going to be able to win the fight, unless maybe he scores a knockdown. But obviously 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 rounds, he can do something. But you got to put the pressure. Come on, Elijah. You can be better than fucking Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu ain't got nothing on you. They say Guasha is landing twice as many punches per round. I don't think that's fucking true. A lot of those shots right there didn't fucking land clean off the gloves. But you can't be in the middle of the ring with Terrell Guasha. He's like countering you too well. He looks like he's got faster hands and more power. Mexican Zoe, is that who's fighting? It's women's boxing, so I wasn't even looking. Art Iga versus Chavez. What's his? Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Neither one of those two girls I would fuck. I preferred the Australian card yesterday. At least both girls on those cards. No, it's Keith Thurman called Tim Tszyu. Not a lot of pure boxing channels anymore in the YTBC. Chicano U-turn. Well, that's true. Here we go, round 8. it's a fucking uphill battle for my man, Elijah Garcia. But let's see what he's got in the fucking gas tank. Maybe that body work is going to start having some sort of effect on Terrell. But man, I think they're not very nice to the young kid, that's for sure. Who did he lose to last fight? Oh, yeah, Kyrone Davis. You lose to a Kyrone Davis, right? This kid. And then they throw you in with a Terrell Guasha. It's like, man, they ain't doing you no fucking favors at all. None. You think it's possible for Tank to fight Loma instead of Roach rematch? I don't think so. From what I hear, it sounds like the Roach fight's already basically confirmed. Elijah is a bum. Come on, bum. Never be a world level fighter. That may be true, but he's still young. But obviously, you move him this way, you're really ruining the kid. You're not helping him build back up, that's for sure. Throwing him in with tough opponents, that's fine. But back to back. You know, this hurts the PBC, right? I know some people are going to love the fact Terrell Guasha wins, but in truth, this doesn't help the PBC. Terrell Guasha is just a name opponent that they can recycle. But they want Elijah Garcia to win so they could potentially do that Garcia versus Lara fight, right? You can't throw Guasha in with Lara again. So what are you going to do? Garcia, you're basically ruining him like you ruined Spencer, like you ruined fucking, Tim Tszyu, like you ruined fucking the Charlos, like you ruined Spence, like you fucking ruined the majority of your fighters. The PBC has done a great job of killing their fighters. Kambosos has always had elite hand speed. That alone could make the Hitchens fight a bit more interesting, but I have to pick Hitchens. Well, Hitchens is the wrong fucking style opponent for Kambosos. Hitchens has a huge reach advantage. Kambosos wants to counterpunch, but it's going to be a real tough ask to be against a pure boxer with a long jab, right? That you think you're going to be able to counter him. Okay. And even if you do counter him, are you going to be able to hurt him? The kid you fought yesterday, you never really hurt him, and he landed some good shots. He looked good yesterday. I saw people criticizing Kambosos, but I was impressed. Kambosos looked good. When you watch Kambosos yesterday, you realize really that he does have a lot of skills, right? But the problem is now he's turned into like more of a Floyd Mayweather-esque counterpuncher type of fighter. I don't know if that's going to benefit him against Hitchens. Boxing is boring lately. Come on, Raf. Haney has a better jab and fast feet. Who you want to have in the Hitchens-Teal fight, Sean? Again, it's a similar type of style, right? Teal kind of fights similar to Kambosos. He wants a counter, and he's going to be in with a longer, tough outboxer who's going to control range behind a jab. So I would favor Hitchens against Teal as well, even though obviously I think Teal is faster feet, more explosive, and better than George. Man, there's no way Vladimir Hernandez beats fucking Xander Zayas. Kambosos for pure sure is physically talented, but he just can't seem to make adjustments. Same here. Sean, George was always a counterpuncher. Well, he could push forward as well. Like when he fought, obviously, Teal, what was successful is that he was pushing forward, being more aggressive. His lack of adaptability is what holds him back. Teal will put Hitchens on a tree. I don't even know what that means. Round 9. This is going to be another tough lesson for the young 21-year-old Elijah Garcia. But 2 losses against good veteran fighters like Guasha and Kyrone Davis really aren't the end of the world. It just shows you that you obviously got things you need to do better at, right? You need to improve. And if you really are about that life and really about getting better, you learn from your losses and then you improve, right? Like Canelo getting beat by Floyd. But this style, you need to be more aggressive. He needed to fight more like a Mexican today. Get in the inside, double, triple that jab, and just beat that body and fucking work on the inside. Outworking, outworking, and outworking uh, the veteran fighter. Hitchens is no Jermaine Ortiz or Sandor Martin. No, he's better than both of them. They should not put Elijah versus Guasha. He already looked bad versus the other guy, and Guasha is a better boxer. Yeah, that's what I've been saying from day one when I read the card. I'm like, so he lost to Kyron Davis, who's not as good as Terrell Guasha, and then you put him in with Guasha. But that's what I said. It's because the PBC was hoping that he would beat Guasha so they could do that Lara Elijah Garcia WBA world title fight. And maybe if he was to beat Lara, you could potentially do the Carlos Adames fight, right, for unification. And now you're generating fights that people would be interested in. I don't know how marketable they would be, but nonetheless, I mean, it's better than what they have going now, which isn't much. Hitch is solid better. Yeah. Ortiz is better than Hitch, I think. Sandor, maybe, but not sure. No. Hitchens is better than both of them. And that doesn't take away from either one of them. They're both awkward, difficult fighters. I mean, Jermaine just coming off of a good win. I thought Sandor Martin got fucking robbed and should be the champion against Puello. So, nobody's hating on him. And obviously his best win against Mikey Garcia is a great win. Dude, watch the PBC Rob Guasha. If Tank's brand wasn't so damaged, they would be less inclined to do it. Well, let's be honest. I mean, they didn't fucking give Elijah Garcia the victory against Kyron Davis. Why would they give him the victory against Terrell Guasha? Yes, Sandor Martin robbed a few times. That's a fact. Puello won. Sandor tired out and got hurt multiple times. It doesn't matter if you fucking tired out and you got hurt multiple times. It matters about how many rounds you won. That's what matters. And I had Sandor Martin winning more rounds. So, in hence, he won. Final round, round 10. Fucking, they got a clear sweep, even though I think you could give probably another round. So it'd be 87-83 on my card. But 87-83, man, that's still fucking pretty much of a dominant performance for Terrell Guasha. So congratulations to him. What's all that white stuff falling out? Somebody's glove is broken? You see all the white stuff that was falling out onto the floor? What's that shit? It looks like it's coming out of someone's glove, but that doesn't make fucking sense. It's foam gloves. What kind of gloves fucking deteriorate like that? The 602 not representing, eh? Sandor Martin beat Tio and Puello. Yep. Tank was on top of the world. Puello beat Sandor. Well, it's an opinion. But public opinion tends to disagree with you. But let's say it was a close competitive fight. Tio Sandor might have edged it, though. Well, it's no surprise that he didn't get the decision against Tio. I would have felt with all the stuff that happened previously that maybe he would have got the decision against Puello, though. Yeah, fucking bring it. You're not going to knock him out, but you might as well fucking go for it. Don't sit back there looking good. You got to fucking, your career's on the line, kid. You want to fucking end this fight strong. give people hope that maybe there's something in you. Not sitting back there getting fucking peppered by fucking straight right hands. These Phoenix fighters, shit. And I'm primarily thinking about David Benavidez. I'm kidding. Well, let's see. They say this is supposed to be a bounce back fight for the highly touted Elijah Garcia. But who throws a guy in a bounce back fight versus a better opponent than the guy that beat him previously? How the fuck are you setting the guy up for a bounce back win by doing that? I mean, that makes absolutely zero fucking sense at all. Like, if I was promoting, I definitely would not have been putting this kid in with Terrell Guasha coming off of the Kyron Davis loss. Especially, how long ago was that fucking loss as well? Guasha is spent. He's spent, but it's fine. He don't got much fucking left, and I think Garcia looks spent too. The Kyron Davis fight was almost a fucking year ago, right? June of 2024. You tell me the PBC couldn't have got this kid back in the ring against a lesser opponent, right? You know, sometime around fucking November. You're going to wait almost a fucking year to throw him in with a better opponent. Yeah, it's the PBC, man. People fucking say, oh, you're hating on the PBC. It's not hate. I was happy that the PBC is actually being shown now in Asia, because historically that's not true. I couldn't watch PBC fights in Asia before, but now I can. I'm watching it. So hats off to the PBC being into the deal that actually makes their fighters global. It's about time. But you tell me, if you were Elijah fucking Garcia's manager and your kid just got beat by this guy that they felt he should have beat in Kyron Davis, that you're going to wait almost a fucking year before you get him back in the ring, and you're going to throw him in with a better opponent, a more awkward opponent and dangerous opponent. I'd say fucking no. But who am I? Just a fucking hater. The Donald Trump of fucking the YTBC. My wig is coming. It's coming. It's ordered. Those lives are going to be fucking fantastic. I can't wait. I just got to start working on my fucking accent, and that's perfect. Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump. Should I get the whole fucking mask? No, that would be way too hot. Taiwan is fucking hot. I don't need no mask. But making boxing great again. Sean Newton Boxing. They should have put Garcia on Pro Box TV against the Can. That would have been more reasonable. Exactly. It would have been smarter too, right? I think the Ramos fight, I'm going to switch it over because I do like Lester Martinez. I love Lester Martinez. Sup, Stringer? I'm going to be watching fucking the Ramos fight here and the Lester Martinez fight there. So I'll be watching both of those. Oh my God. Robbery.
Even if you want to go and punch totals, Gaucher outlanded him, but Gaucher landed the cleaner, better shots consistently. What a clutch fight about Gaucher is. My goodness, I'd be apoplectic. And yet,
Apoplectic.
Split decision avenges the first.
What did Hillary say in Germany? Man, Terrell Guasha just gets fucked over constantly.
Garcia, like our unofficial score did, to give him the split, but Terrell Gaucher needs time. You know what? I was about to say they said he was too old, too slow, too late. I thought Gaucher gave a master class in patience, poise, and persistence, and yet he leaves Las Vegas with his 5th career defeat. He dropped him. He outlanded him. He landed cleaner shots. His defense was on point. Garcia Abner never adjusted head movement from that opening round where he got flown.
Yep.
Garcia did not win this fight.
Can you imagine? Fucking the robbery truly happened. We were saying it, but fucking kind of in jest, right? This is why people what? Well, this is the second great decision from the PBC.
I'm sorry he did. We're all held accountable. When we make mistakes, we hear from it from everybody. The judges need to be accountable in the sport of boxing. But
Man, that's some fucking bullshit. John is going to cry. Of course he's going to cry. Even though we all agree it's a robbery and fucking a terrible decision. But he's going to make it into some sort of racial fucking thing. Even though this is the PBC, Al Haven. So how is it based on racism? But okay, whatever. PBC stays Robin fighters. I got Ramos on the parlay with Collazo and Shushu Carrington. What's that? Collazo and Shushu Carrington, are they fighting when? May I get out of that? Man, I might get out of that. I want to know if I'm tripping. I heard it correctly. Man, you ain't tripping. Robbery. Look at Cordell Booker. He's sitting there saying, you know, the PBC is not the place to be as a black man. They're going to rob me.
During that ring tomorrow as unified champion, do you feel different?
Who's this girl?
The only difference now is that I'm world champion, but I always had to.
She's sexy.
My family. It's just tomorrow night we just gotta prove again why we're here.
How do you feel going into tomorrow, and how was your training camp leading up to this?
I feel extremely confident. It's the only training camp I ever had as a professional boxer. I've been a full-time fighter. Not being able to do it the same way these guys have, but I still made it here. And I'm showing everybody why I deserve to be here.
I would love to see Booker fucking beat Fundora.
we are set for the co-feature of the evening. Our division is the 154.
Shram. He's a sham from Argentina. Guido Emmanuel Shram ending his 291-day fucking layoff. You tell me they couldn't get a fight in fucking Argentina? Man. He obviously has a contract with the PBC too. He should be fighting on the Argentinian fucking pro box. Well, I told you, dude, Garcia was landing to the body and was going forward. What the fuck? I thought only black fighters get special treatment on the PBC. Apparently that ain't true. Apparently it's whoever the PBC is invested in. Because you know, out of those two fighters, Elijah Garcia, who I said, don't be surprised if Elijah Garcia's next fight is against Erislandy Lara for the WBA title, right? And so that will tell you why he's the one that got the decision. Man, the problem is those kind of decisions are just bad for boxing, right? Because it just brings negativity to the sport. You listen to all those YouTube channels and all those people on YouTube that consistently are always talking about fucking the fixes in, the corruption of the sport. You know, these people harp on that shit constantly. They go, oh, you know, I think Bud Crawford will win, but he'll get robbed in the cards. We hear too much of that because of these kind of fucking decisions. You should just look to see what the viewers had that fight as, and then let them be the fourth judge on that, right? Because that's what they should do. Even though I guess you don't want to do that, because then you have LDBC fucking channels having their fighters win even when fucking all the judges are against them. It looked like Guasha was taking it easy on Garcia, like he was feeling bad for the young boxer. Well, I think he's just tiring out at the end, picking his spots, right? I saw Schramm fight against Hernandez, and it was a competitive until Schramm got caught. Schramm might come out and exceed expectations. He's going to lose, though. But I thought Ramos was going to beat Lubin. Yeah, me too. The problem there is Ramos fucking came out and kind of like Elijah, right? Didn't fucking adjust. Didn't see what's in front of him and make adjustments. This is why I was always a huge Sugar Ray Leonard fan. Because the difference between being a real good fighter and a great fighter is great fighters can adjust in the ring, right? They're in the ring, they can see what's happening, they can see what's being effective and what's not being effective, and they can adjust and then take away the things that the other fighters having positive effects with, adjust to now take that away, right? Floyd also, that's why, John and others will say that I'm a Floyd hater, but I'm not a Floyd hater. I just wanted to see Floyd pushed so we could see more dimensions from Floyd's career, to see him make these kind of adjustments in the ring, right? To see really how good he truly was. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. But Leonard, we did get to see it. And, that's why I was always a huge fan of him, because he could make in-ring adjustments. He didn't need his trainer to tell him in the corner what he had to do. He could do it on his own. Kind of like Ali as well. I can't believe they gave Lubin the win over Ramos, though, since Ramos was the guy with the upside. The PBC is so ass backwards. That's true. That's true. You fucking strip a guy who's on the fast train to big fights moving forward to give it to a fucking kid who every time he gets a big chance ends up fucking blowing it. They gave Garcia the decision, and like Lubin, Guasha is like one of those gatekeeper types. Yep. 24 years old, Jesus Ramos. He's still young, man, in a division with some potentially big names. I would not be sad to see fucking Ramos fight Fundora next. To me, that would be fucking great. The problem is that fight should have happened last year, right? Why do we have to wait a whole fucking year for Fundora, the PBC, to sit around fucking trying to make an Errol Spence fight and not make a fucking easy fight with an in-house fucking opponent that you could have done fucking simple? No, I mean, that's what everybody heard, that Tank Davis is going to fight Jake Paul, because Jake Paul is the face of boxing in America, right? Trying to get a Canelo fight, now getting a fucking Tank Davis fight. Those guys are gravitating towards him because they know big money. Ramos versus Zayas for the vacant WBA title sounds good, because the PBC is trash. Here we go. Round one. Jesus Ramos versus Guido Emmanuel Schramm. Schramm looks small compared to fucking Ramos. Ramos is big for this weight. But Schramm has better hair. Oh, come on, Champy. Sandra Zayas is a good young fighter with some good quality wins on his resume. And Mexico versus Puerto Rico sells. But we'll see what fucking Ramos has. Because in that Lubin fight, he had some questions. Starting well with that jab, landing the big right hand, big straight left. The jab looks good. Headbutt. I like the fact that Ramos changes levels. You know, a lot of fighters are just way too fucking upright, too straight up. At least, even if you don't have good head movement, at least changing levels. I mean, you're at least moving your head, not just putting it there to be hit. Xander is overrated. How's he overrated when no one even talks about him in this division? Like, he's overrated, yet when we talk about the 154-pound division, nobody even talks about Xander Zayas, but he's overrated. Okay. Not Tim Tszyu, not fucking Fundora, not fucking Ramos, a guy that lost to fucking Erickson Lubin. They're not overrated. Xander Zayas is overrated. Okay. That makes fucking no sense, but his dad gave him bad advice. See how the careers go the next few years. I'll bet on Mason turning out better. Mason, Abdullah Mason, turning out better than who? Xander Zayas? Okay. That's like the funniest thing ever. So if Xander Zayas doesn't turn out to be as good as Abdullah Mason, obviously his career is a waste of time. Why does Xander Zayas get so much fucking negativity? Oh, big shot to end the fucking round. Like, Xander Zayas is being moved like top-ranked moves fighters. Very well. He's now in position to potentially fight for the WBO title, right? So what's the problem? He's a kid. Texera and Spoomer were great wins. Yeah. Irishman's capping. Tio was fighting champs at a similar age. Oh, my God. Raf, you come across as really fucking a hater. You can say that you prefer other fighters to Xander Zayas. Nobody's going to disagree with you. But this crazed fucking mentality of over-the-top fucking statements, he's overrated. Overrated compared to who? He's a kid. He's 20. Oh, Tio was doing what at 20? What was he doing at 20? We know people all mature at different fucking ages. Now Tio's 27 and his career looks like it could be fucking finished, in his next fight when he gets beat by the outboxer. Like, you think about this level of opponent. They're putting fucking Ramos in with this guy Schramm, who's a very one-dimensional fighter. But they threw Elijah Garcia in with a really tough veteran fighter. Shit makes no sense. Ramos has me worried he's getting hit by this guy. Oh my God, come on. Spoomer was a high-level European fighter. Mason has never fought a high-level domestic fighter in North America. Exactly. And unfortunately, what we heard is that Abdullah Mason's next fight was going to be against Cabrera. But apparently that fight must have fell through because Cabrera is not going to be his next opponent. Apparently it's this Argentinian guy. And for me, that's a little disappointing. April 5th. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see Abdullah Mason stay busy. But obviously a Cabrera fight would have been way more fucking telling and way more of a step-up fight for Abdullah Mason. Hating on a 20-year-old prospect. I wonder why. Cabrera pulled out of the Mason fight. That would have been a good win for sure. Not hating on Mason, just showing the hypocrisy by calling Mason the future when he has not fought a champ Zayas is, or the comp Zayas. When Mason gets some good wins, you'll still be hating. Schramm guy isn't just folding up. Well, let's be fair. Xander Zayas beats an ex-world champion in Texera and gets criticized, even though he fought an ex-world champion. Abdullah Mason still hasn't fought a 10-round fucking fight yet. Right? People were excited that he was going to fight Cabrera because now he's fighting world-level competition, finally. Right? I mean, if you're going to ask me who's going to be better in the future, I would say Abdullah Mason. But that doesn't fucking shit on fucking Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas could go on to become a two-weight world champion, unified champion, a future Hall of Famer. Just like fucking this guy, fucking Schramm, is going to get fucking knocked out in the the second round. Abdullah Mason goes on to become a fucking all-time great and a pound-for-pound #1 fighter. That doesn't mean Xander Zaya's career is fucking disappointing. Two things can be true. Both can be great fighters. Obviously, eventually one is going to be better than the other. Xander is a hype job. Again, technique. How is a guy a hype job when at the 154-pound division, he's the one fighter nobody talks about? He's the hype job. Not fucking Ramos, who already has a loss. Not Fundora, who got knocked out and fucking was gifted a victory. You know, there's a lot of fucking people you can look at the 154-pound division and call hype jobs. At this point, it's too early to call Xander Zayas a hype job because nobody's hyping him. Look at this whole chat section. The majority of people are hating on him. What world champion was Teal fighting at Xander's age? Not Comey, not Loma. Fighting age difference. How old was Bud, Usyk, GG, Loma when they fought a champion? Xander fought an ex-world champion at 21. Mason hasn't even fought a 10-round fight yet. And the dude is about to turn 21. There are levels. Yeah, exactly. Canelo is the only fighter that is already fighting champions in his 20s. Lots of fighters were fighting champions in their 20s historically, so it's not a big deal. But using age makes you sound like John Boxing, who was saying that Abdullah Mason was better than 25-year-old fucking Lomachenko, right? You never heard a fucking stupider fucking statement in your life. But from a stupid fucking YouTuber that really is only based on race, it's no surprise. Abdul Mason had never fought a world champion, had never fought a 10-round fight, but his career at 20 was already better than fucking Lomachenko, who was fighting world champions at 25 after winning 2 gold medals in the amateurs. You can't be overrated when no one rates you. Exactly. Exactly. Literally at 154 pounds, nobody talks about fucking Xander Zayas when we talk about the top fighters in the division. He is one of the top 10 fighters in the division, but he's the one nobody talks about because primarily he's a top-ranked fighter. Texera was just a belt holder when Zayas fought him. He was a shell of his former self. Oh my God. He's a belt holder that was a shell of his former self, but Abdullah Mason has never fought anyone at that level. It doesn't diminish fucking Xander Zayas because his team, the same team as Mason, Top Rank, is maneuvering him properly. The same way they're trying to maneuver fucking Abdullah Mason. We know what Top Rank wants to do. They want to put Mason and Xander Zayas into the #1 position for that WBO title to potentially fight the champion or win the vacant title and become a champion, meaning now they make more money, they can market them more, and that's how they're going to move their careers forward. Both of them. Top Rank's going to do the same thing for both of them. The only difference is who is going to fucking embrace it and who's going to have the better performances. Sure, I think it's Abdullah Mason, but once again, that doesn't make fucking Xander Zayas a hype job or overrated. Ramos, nice uppercut. Schramm is tough. He's taking a beating and keep on ticking. Fucking Claudio Torreira, she looks fucking old now. And who's this woman they're talking to? Who's she? I really don't know how deep it went. I only know that I've changed. I only know what changed my family life. All the women of my life, family, I came to change their life. Who's she? Who fucking cares? Pro box. No one cares about fucking female boxers, especially low-level ones. At this point, we could say fucking Jesus Ramos is a hype job because this is the second time he was given a big opportunity and he might lose on the cards. Emmanuel Schramm, the great Emmanuel Schramm, might get the decision from the PBC judges. But let's get to it. Jesus has thrown 31 body punches. Yeah, up your jab a little more. Your jab was really effective. And obviously that sets up your shots. He's a weird fucking dude. Bit of a hunchback, eh? Fucking Jesus Ramos. Three rounds to none for Ramos. You got to give Schramm some fucking credit. At least he's in there trying to make a fight. Imagine if Xander Zayas was fighting Schramm, how little credit he would get. About this much. I literally saw John Boxing make a video shitting on Xander Zayas, a 20-year-old kid who was fighting ex-world champion Texera. And I'm like, so you're going to hype up fucking dudes like Frank Martin, who never fought an ex-world champion, or fucking guys like him, right? But then you're going to shit on Xander Zayas. All why? Obviously with John, it's because of race. But, you know, on this channel, I mean, I don't understand why there's all this anti-Xander Zayas hate. Lester Martinez. Let's go, Lester. Lester's an exciting fighter. I want to see him in big fights at 168 pounds. This fight's quite the fucking war. Nice shots from Ramos, putting his punches together. Fucking Schramm, man. Schramm got the worst defense ever. You can still utilize that jab, kid. His head's there. Hit him with the jab. Even if you jab to the body. All these useless hooks, he knows they're coming. You gotta fucking... See, that's the problem with some fighters, right? They can't disguise their work. So it's too obvious, too easy to see coming, and just not as effective as it could be. You gotta disguise that shit with fucking the jab, you know, boop, 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 boop. And then fucking counter off of it. Get the guy thinking about one thing and hit him with something else. Sleight of hand. You know the one good thing about Schramm, you guaranteed the way he's fighting today, he's going to get more opportunities because at least he's fucking crowd favorite for having a good style as far as coming in and being aggressive. Showing a lot of heart. Look at him. He's getting his ass pounded. No diddy. And still fucking bringing it. Now he's getting swathed with baby oil. Jesus, Jesse fucking Magdaleno. I'm surprised Jesse Magdaleno is even still fighting. Isn't that guy's career fucking done? He was at a point where he was a world champion and had unification fights available to him. Ducked those fights to become irrelevant. Irrelevant, right? Like that guy in the way he fucking moved his career kind of fucking ruined it. Are those Pro Box cards listed here? Maybe not. Maybe I have to go to 168. I wonder if Lester Martinez is still in the rankings. Lester Martinez, where are you? See, that's the problem. You don't fight and they fucking... Oh, there you are. Number 17. Lester Martinez. Jesse fucking Magdaleno. 29-3, 18 KOs, knocked out twice. coming off of back-to-back fucking losses, losing to Ford, losing to Figueroa. Now they throw him in with a bum-ass opponent. See, that's the kind of thing you figure they would have done with Elijah. Him losing to Isaac Dogbe back in 2018 and then not doing anything afterwards. Literally. Didn't fight in 2021. Obviously, COVID. Fought once a year in 2023, once in 2024. Now he's fighting this guy, Luis Corey. Should be an easy victory. But at this point, what's an easy victory for fucking a guy like this kid? At least the other kid is prime. Coming off a Charlie Suarez loss in his last fight. Charlie Suarez! Who thinks this kid doesn't deserve a fucking opportunity against Navarrete? Of course he does. I don't know why Ring IQ is anti that fight. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. Fun. Knockdown fucking fight between two hard puncher aggressive fighters. Ramos closing the distance. See, I think Ramos is just a little too fucking predictable the way he fights. I think Murtazaliev and Virgil Ortiz and Xander Zayas all beat fucking Jesus Ramos. I said it. It's out there. I think even Bohochuk beats fucking this guy. I think Charles Conwell beats this guy. So that's 5 dudes currently at 154 pounds I favor to beat fucking Jesus Ramos. 5. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Obviously, we know you don't think Xander Zayas is going to beat him. But what about Charles Conwell, Virgil Ortiz, Murtazaliev, and Bohochuk? You're earning your payday there, Argentinian. Good work. Apparently, Argentina and Uruguay had a big dust-up this past week in world soccer football. Those countries, man, they fucking fighting hard to dominate South American boxing. Holy fuck, Rolly Romero.
Yeah, man, really active in, he's one of the most active fighters right now in boxing. I mean, he just fought like 6 weeks ago.
Who?
He did, and you're back in another big fight on May 2nd.
Who just fought 6 weeks ago?
I
Shram?
mean, I only do big fights, so. But yeah, Steve, Ryan Garcia sleep on the canvas.
Tune in May 2nd. Back to you guys.
All right, Jordan.
What happened to Jordan? Now she got married. She looked ugly. She must be pregnant again because she looked fat and ugly. So, yeah. She must be carrying another kid. Because nothing about her right now makes me think about what I thought she looked like before. And as far as Rolly, you might hate Rolly, but Rolly sells fights because he's such a fucking obnoxious prick. He's the villain that everybody wants to see get beat. Round 1 for Magdalena versus the guy who's going to beat him. The guy he's fighting is pretty fucking big compared to him. Magdalena, with his bowl haircut, looks like some fucking Guatemalan fucking immigrant who just crossed over the fucking border. Oh, he's going to get the knockout. I'm bad-mouthing him and he's fucking got the guy dazed and confused. Yeah, jump on him. First round knockout for you, Jesse, would be good. And then you fucking stop throwing punches. What are you doing, Jesse? You heard him. Keep throwing punches. Oh, well. Ramos. I keep doing the same thing, and I wonder why it doesn't have more of an effect. At least now, fucking, he broke Shram's nose. Shram's got one of those boxer's nose, little pug nose, motherfucker. Oh, Jesse Magdalena let that big kid out of the fucking ring, man. He should have knocked him out. That would have been a statement. Getting a knockout after not fighting since last year, coming off of back-to-back losses. Round 6. This fight with Jesus Ramos fucking has seemed like it's been going on for fucking years. Is it just me? It's only the 6th round, but this fight feels like it's been going on forever. And Shram looks like he's fucking running out of gas in big time. Shram punch Jesus in the nuts. Round 2, Magdalena versus Coria. Obviously, round 1, Magdalena hit him with a good shot, had him on fucking Bambi knees. Something that Ramos has not been able to do with Shram. Oh! Wrestling is going to be on Prime. I haven't watched wrestling in fucking about 100 million years. Oh, sorry, people. I didn't even know you were leaving comments. He gonna stop him to the body? I think so. She makes Rolly look small. You're mean. Shram getting ready to go. Shram brings the smoke. No one is fighting Murtazaliev. Of course, there's no money is too dangerous. Zayas is trash. He wouldn't even beat Hernandez. Whatever. Fucking Hernandez. I just want to see Navarrete unify. One of the biggest race baiting channels around, Mr. Sean Newton himself. Listen to this, coming from a fucking simping fucking victim in Richard Sampson. What are you talking about, Richard? We're talking boxing here, and you come here the same as all these other fucking victim mentality motherfuckers crying about shit. No one's talking about race here. We're talking about boxing. If you want to talk about race, go fuck off. How come Gennady Golovkin couldn't beat Canelo? He did beat him in the first fight. And if nothing else, he had a draw. Hype job. Gennady was caught, solved that puzzle. Okay. The irony is you fucking are going to then shit on Canelo Alvarez because you don't support him because he's not black like you. Please stop. Stop. If you're going to come here and just push your stupidity, we're actually watching a PBC fight card right now against Jesus Ramos and then a pro box fight with Jesse Magdalena. Let's talk about boxing, not your fucking problem about feeling inferior. I'm sorry you feel inferior. I'm sorry, buddy, but that sounds like a you problem. Ramos is similar to Conwell. Neither guy is overly explosive, but they are effective. You really think Ramos would lose to top guys? I don't know, man. I think unlike Virgil, he's got a better chin. I think he's tough, right? But I think, you know, him beating Shram right now, stopping him, I mean, am I supposed to be impressed? He was supposed to beat that guy. That guy was tailor-made. He comes right to him. I mean, you fight a Virgil, a Murtazaliev, a fucking Xander Zayas, a Conwell. You're fighting far different opponents than this. All the guys I said, I feel also would beat fucking Erickson Lubin as well. So it's not like I think they're low level. I think they all beat fucking Lubin. Ramos whoops Murdazaliev, Bolchuk, Conwell. Don't even mention hype job Zayas. Yeah, come on. You just biased because he's from fucking the 602? Oh, my hand is broken. You could see in the last round that fucking Schramm didn't have much left. Ow! You punched the ref in the back. Ref gonna have kidney problems. Fundora beats everyone at 154. Stop. Nobody believes that. Oh my God. What are you doing? I'm not hard on Ramos. I think Ramos is good, but I don't think he's great. Let's be honest. Like when we talk about the 154-pound division, the names I just threw out, arguably all could beat him. So that would make him what? The 6th best, maybe the 7th best fighter at 154 pounds? Do you think he is the best fighter in that weight division? I don't want to hate on him because I don't care if he's very successful and does well. Good. Excellent. I have no problem with it. The question is, I wonder how good he really is. Same as any fighter.
The game plan was simple. Get him out of there. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished. I had some obstacles, man. Like the third round, I hurt my hand, and I tried to battle through it. But like you said, I made a promise, so I had to get him.
Guido Schramm showed a great chin, a willingness to exchange in there. How hard was it to pick him apart, break down that defense, and get him?
It was really hard, man. You know, he's got a lot of heart. He displayed that tonight, and I tip my hat off to him. He's a great warrior.
Jesus, you're really starting to build some momentum in this 154-pound division. We know that the unified champion, Sebastian Fundora, is fighting next. What is in your future right now after another impressive...
I gotta ask Al Heyman.
Hopefully we get the winner of that fight. You know, we want the winner of the main event, for sure.
Congratulations, Jesus, on another breakthrough performance.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's throw it back to ringside. Moral, Ronaldo.
Isn't it funny how PBC cards are all Mexican-based? Ramos, Fundora, Elijah. What's up, Mars? I'll take Ramos over Murdazaliev. Is a threat, no doubt, as is Virgil. Sean, you have a dislike for. Oh my God, dude, can you fuck off? Literally, we're talking about boxing. Are you mental? Like, what's your issue? Nobody's bringing up race. You're coming here as a victim, wanting to make something about something it's not. We're talking about boxing. And not once today has anything focused on race. We're talking about boxers, regardless of fucking race. We just feel that fucking my man got robbed by Elijah Garcia, a black guy. And we felt the Mexican got the victory in a robbery. So what are you talking about? We're keeping it boxing. You're fucking showing that you have an inferiority complex. That's all you, buddy. I'm sorry to hear it, but, you know, maybe you can do something about it. For reals, though, Sean, this is a great stream. Good shit, bro. Thank you very much. It does piss me off that Ramos managed to let Lubin beat him. Yeah, he just dropped the ball, man. And after that, I was a little disappointed with him. Long time no see. What happened to your boy Tank? Has your friend JB stopped by yet? I'm sure he's here watching, looking for content on his channel. Sean, you praise Turkey but hate Al Heyman. And so I don't hate Al Heyman. So that's, again, where you and others love to fucking throw around the word hate. If there's hate, it's coming from guys like you, not from guys like me. I question Al Heyman about things that should be questioned. And when Al Heyman did things that should be praised, I praised Al Heyman. With Turkey Al-Sheikh at this point, what do I need to criticize? If something comes up I need to criticize, I will. But at this point, there's nothing that needs to be criticized. Turkey is fucking a great influx of financial fucking cash to the sport of boxing. But I do think, but then once again, here you are, Richard, you're making it a race thing. All you can do, like John Boxing and others, is make everything about race constantly. You dudes are fucking the fucking problem, because with you guys, everything is racial. Even if it's not racial, it's racial. When it's two black guys, it's still fucking racial, right? When it's two Mexicans, somehow it's racial. With fucking demented motherfuckers like yourself, it always has to be a race thing. We're watching boxing. Ramos is slow, isn't good at changing patterns, but he creates good angles and knows how to get leverage. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of it. Wow, Jesse Magdalena cried and was so happy he got a victory against bum-ass opponent Coria. The question is, who expected anything different? You finally fought a low-level opponent and you got a win like you should have. And he's huge for the weight class. He is huge. Sean, you saw the Pro Box woman fight? No. Got robbed, one of the worst I've ever seen. I had it watching, but nobody was paying attention to that. All I know is that Terrell Guasha got robbed, and that was a terrible robbery. Whole crowd booing, the narrators saying the same. All I know is I thought from the views that I saw on the side that the Mexican woman was winning the fight, but obviously I wasn't paying close attention to it. Yeah, 2 robberies at the same time. Oh, I'm glad that he got the win for his kid, though. That's nice. His kid's old enough to, be happy to see his father get a win. And now, Fundora versus who? Booker T fucking Washington? Booker? Who? Don't be surprised to see fucking Fundora get beat in this fight, too. This was pretty bad. I think that goes up there with the Maxi versus George fight. It's just unfortunate to have robberies in the sport of boxing because we don't need fucking haters to have any more reason to criticize and shit on the sport of boxing. Obviously, every sport has controversy, but unfortunately for boxing, it's highlighted even more. Yeah, surprised me, the fight. Regina, way more talented than Sky. He's always tough. Gonna watch the Pro Box card now. Let's see what Vladimir Hernandez does. Well, isn't Lester Martinez next? Well, that's why boxing has lost a lot of the casual sports people, right? Who went over to the UFC because of the controversy. Yeah, should I throw some money on Booker? I don't have that much faith on Booker, but I would not be surprised because what's his face is limited.
Legend George Foreman. An medalist and 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Big George became the oldest man to win the heavyweight title at the age of 40.
George!
Loved and respected worldwide, not only for his achievements in the boxing ring, but also for his devotion to his faith and family.
Big George, you'll be missed.
Entrepreneur, boxing analyst, and inspirational preacher. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remain silent as our timekeeper tolls 10 in honor of the Hall of Famer and one of the all-time greats, Big George Foreman.
That bell sounds fucked.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May God rest his soul.
George.
Well, guys, in the spirit of
Rest in peace to a legend, for sure. Yeah, well, that's the fucking outrage, right? Whoever betted for Guasha and could have got that huge payday.
And WBO Super Battle Super Welterweight Championship of the World. First, making his way to the ring, the challenger from Stamford, Connecticut, the top 4 grand contender.
Fucking from Connecticut? That's why the guy looks like a professor.
We welcome the challenger. I just want to add, the loss of George Foreman just hits different. First time redemption is always possible in life. And in the square circle.
Exactly. George. From fucking villain to hero. Hollow Ninja. Thank you very much, young man. Fundora could have had Bud, but instead ducked. What the fuck, man? Exactly. He could have fought Bud Crawford for millions of dollars, but now he's going to get beat by Booker for fucking nothing. I thought Fundora looked bad against Magdalena up until Brandon knocked him out with the body shot. That was right before the Fulton rematch, too. It's why I thought him beating Fulton was iffy, even though Fulton looked bad in his last fight. What's all this fucking bullshit? Who's Gosha? Who's Anthony Cuba? Auburn. Auburn beat Creighton. Where's those games? Purdue beat McNeese. Arkansas beat St. John's. Michigan, yes, beat Texas A&M. Fucking Texas Tech beat Drake. Auburn beat Creighton, no surprise. BYU is beating Wisconsin. Houston is beating Gonzaga. And then we got Tennessee later on today against UCLA. Let's go March Madness. This is the best time of the year. Not only do we got fucking PBC on Prime in Asia, Pro Box on YouTube, and NCAA March Madness basketball going. Man, I needed another fucking TV. Hold that thought. I'll be downstairs in a minute. Oh, another iPad. The small one. I got tons of screens going. Fucking Figueroa is such a weird looking dude, so tall and fucking awkward looking. Jesus Christ. I was going to bet on Guasha even after they made him the favorite because he was dominating that fucker, but I thought about the robbery scenario and I was right. March Madness live.
You can call the Cats champions on the Jenkins.
Let's go BYU. If you guys watch college basketball, BYU, man, they got a lot of money. Next year, they're going to fucking be dominating college basketball. They're getting the #1 high school player in college basketball. That shit's going to be crazy. Those Mormon motherfuckers. Better not happen. More robberies. Is robbery Saturday or what? Robbery Saturday. I'm telling you, man, the PBC is desperate after what happened to Tank. Desperate for what? The Cougars. You know, the problem is now in Taiwan, you used to be able to watch March Madness games live, or you could just watch them on replay on CBS. But because of international rules, somehow they changed it. I remember sitting at the lake in Nantou, like central Taiwan, and I was sitting there in the morning having a coffee, watching NCAA March Madness on my phone. Man, that's all we need. I don't know why they make shit so difficult. So now it's impossible for me to watch live games in fucking Asia. See, this is my constant fucking criticism about sporting events, trying to watch them live and obviously in great quality. Yeah, it's weird why the PBC started early. Well, it's good. I think it's good they started early. Best thing ever. This fight card could be over fucking by 10 o'clock. 2 hours and out.
In charge of the action, Thomas Taylor. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening.
Here we go. Well, you got college basketball and fucking so much shit going on, right?
Live from the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, it's prime time.
Ooh. BYU kicking fucking Wisconsin's ass. 52-40. This guy got a lot of fucking advertisements, man. He looks like a European soccer football.
At a trail ready 152.6 pounds, with a record of 23 wins and 1 defeat. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challenger. Tonight making his first attempt at a world title.
Come on, Cordell Booker. You know, John will be happy if Booker wins. Another Black American champion.
And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, ready to go in the blue corner, wearing blue trunks, fighting out of his home of Coachella, California.
Coachella.
He weighed in at a ready 152.8 pounds with a fine record of 21 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. He has 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making.
Why are they putting Gabby in the back? She's like a world champion. She should be in front of those PBC shills.
Super welterweight champion of the world, known as the Towering Inferno, introducing Sebastian Fundora. Once again, our referee in charge.
Fuck. Worst manager ever. Fucking dude ruins the sport of boxing. I just watched Hernandez fight. I don't give a fuck about Fundora, but I understand that's a title fight. Who's Hernandez even fighting? Some fucking butterball motherfucker. Like, this should be easy work. Look at that kid. Pink shorts. Looks like he hasn't missed a meal in months. But here we go. 2 fights starting simultaneously. Vladimir Hernandez, the Russian fucking Mexican, versus fucking the beanpole Mexican. Who will get the knockout first? Or maybe Cordell Booker will get the knockout. We will see. Cordell definitely giving up a ton of height and reach. His battle is how's he going to get inside and be effective. Good jab to the body from Cordell Booker. I wish they would have started the cards just a little off, so at least you could have had a minute in between. I think Vladimir Hernandez would beat Fundora. Okay. Let's wait and see. I think there's levels to this. I don't know if Vladimir Hernandez is on that level. Fundora using his jab well, keeping fucking the distance, making Cordell Booker very uncomfortable. Even though Cordell Booker landed a few good body shots, you can already see the red on Fundora's ribs. You gotta like the way Vladimir Hernandez fights. Smooth. Doesn't look like he's loading up on his shots. They just come out smooth, straight. Yeah, they're like competing exactly with each other. 45, 55. There's not much time frame between them. But to be fair, I might be turning towards the Vladimir Hernandez fight and watching that because it does look like it could be a more entertaining fight for as long as it lasts. And to be fair, it's probably not going to last that long. I think he's going to get that guy out of here. Whereas the Booker fucking Cordell fight, Fundora fight, that fight could go on fucking for 12 rounds easy. Hernandez beat Troy Isley and got robbed, and Isley is pretty good, truth be told. Yeah, Isley's not bad. The problem with him is he doesn't have much power. He's one of those body beautiful guys, but no pop. Obviously, good technical fighter, good amateur. So round one, Vladimir Hernandez winning that round pretty easily. Obviously, round one is about to end here for Fundora. I think that was an easy round for him. Outside of getting hit by a few shots to the body, I mean, pretty much he's having his way with Booker. No surprise there. Bud probably going to retire after the Canelo fight. Maybe. He's going to get paid fucking shitloads of cash so he can retire, right? And start watching his kids fucking wrestle and focus on them. Obviously, he's got a lot of businesses going on. He still is going to be working with lots of guys that obviously are with his trainer. So, I mean, if I was Bud, chances are I'll probably retire as well. If you win, then you're obviously going to probably do a rematch. If you lose, then what do you need to really do as far as career goes, right? Go back down to 154 pounds. Maybe you could go to 160, beat Erislandy Lara, and become a 5-weight world champion, right? Oh, Hernandez with a big punch, dropping fucking Lucero. No surprise there. As I said, this fight was obviously going to be the more entertaining fight and over quicker. Oh, sorry. Hernandez is the guy that got dropped. He got dropped by Lucero. Lucero is beating his ass. You still think fucking Vladimir Hernandez would beat fucking Fundora? He looks like he's going to get beat by fucking Lucero. Oh, sorry. I'll shut up. Bud not missing with Lara? Ah, come on. I don't think that's true at all. I think it's totally a fight that could happen. I think Bud fucking totally beats Lara. Booker looks fucking discombobulated. Come on, dude. You complain about getting hit in the back of the head. Like, obviously, that's going to happen when you fight a dude with long arms like that. His hooks are going to fucking travel around. That's not a surprise. Watch out for his fucking elbows. That's what you got to be careful for. Booker looks like he got no answers at all in this fight. He got no power, no fucking boxing ability, like elite boxing ability where you're going to make a guy look bad. All he can do is move, throw a punch, move, throw a punch, hope that he does something, and basically just getting bludgeoned around the ring. The Fundora sister and brother tandem, eh? They're making history. Oh no, Wisconsin has a comeback against fucking BYU. Terrible. Dominant round by fucking Fundora. That's a good round. He's looking good. Whereas fucking Vladimir Hernandez looks fucking old and beaten. Yeah, Booker hurt already. Round 3 on both cards. Who's that? Earnhardt? Is that Dale Earnhardt? Yep. He's a legend. If I know his name, fuck, obviously that means something. So, round 3. Let's see who's going to get the knockout first. Lechero or fucking Fundora. There you go, Booker. Let your hands go. That was effective. Nice combination. What are you doing? My phone is mental. What's wrong with the visuals? All of a sudden, the screen got real blurry for the PBC card. Like somebody put Vaseline on the camera. Nice uppercut from Fundora. Good jab. Fundora's really stepping forward with those shots. Fundora needs to go to the body more. With those long arms of his, he should be able to really swing some crazy fucking body shots that nobody can see coming. Right there, throw a body shot. You're right in range. He won't see those things. I think that would make him a more effective fighter overall if he started to use a lot more body work. He throws that uppercut nice, but he could just lower it to the body. There, hit the body. Oh. Booker is getting his ass beat up. He definitely don't feel comfortable. And just like we were saying earlier, great fighters can adjust in the ring. There's nothing fucking Booker can do to adjust. What he should do is get inside and start pushing Fundora backwards using his muscle and strength and lower fucking center of gravity. Get in there low like fucking Frazier. High guard, get in low. You stay out there in range, you're just going to get knocked the fuck out. Try to push that skinny beanpole fucking backwards so his power is fucking not so effective and he's not controlling range. Man, Booker looks fucking done. My nose is broken. Oh, look, it's the married couple. I'm trying to get my husband some screen time.
And, you know, Fundora will find a way soon to slow the pace down and hold his ground a little more. It could be a rough night for him.
You're coming off an exciting win over Trevor McCumbee in September of last year. What can fans expect to see you back in the ring?
I've been in the gym, been training, been grinding, and we're working on that now. So if everything works out, you know, you guys probably expect to see me back in the
Yeah,
ring.
just not Mendoza.
Like I said, you know, I've been training, I've been grinding, so I'll be ready.
Looking forward to seeing the ring in May and might try to make that fight.
I love that.
All right, Amara, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Jordan. I was expecting hard-hitting questions. Why do you always leave the lid up?
Why I always leave the lid up? Because it's my fucking house. Won't be surprised if Fundora gets robbed too. Let's go knock him out. Man, there's no way Fundora's going to fucking lose this fight. The PBC needs Fundora because he's got some money behind him now. They need some fighters they could put on pay-per-view. You put Fundora in with Spence. Now Charlo apparently is coming back. If you believe the rumors. So you could do a Charlo Fundora WBC WBO world title fight on pay-per-view. Not that it's a great pay-per-view, but we know the PBC loves a pay-per-view. This guy don't even know how to hold. Like, yeah, hold him. Tie his arms up. Hit on the inside. Get those elbows away from your face. Those dangerous. Bud Crawford versus Fundora would have been an intriguing matchup. Obviously, Bud got long arms. But fighting a beanpole, long, fucking dangerous guy like him with a long jab, it'd be interesting. I think Bud would beat him, but you could see Fundora causing some problems for sure. Oh, fucking, you notice everybody Fundora fights ends up being battered and fucking bruised and beaten to a bloody fucking pulp. Literally. Oh my God. He's done. He's done, ref. Yeah, he's done. That's a knockdown. Count it. No, yeah. You got to count that. You okay? No, I'm fucking done. 24 seconds. Yeah, you don't know how to hold, man. Like, literally, you don't even know how to fucking hold. Yeah, good stoppage. Good win for Fundora. Quality win. The UK is horrible for boxing. Oh my God. Dude, what's wrong with you? Are you a mental case? We just had fucking robberies in America, but then we're trying to fucking criticize other countries. Can you dudes fucking get your heads out of your ass and stop being so negative and hateful? The UK is horrible for boxing. Thank God for the UK, or boxing would literally be fucking dead. And the only reason fucking Turki Al Sheikh is in boxing is thanks to the UK. Thanks primarily to fucking Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Yeah, that was an impressive win. Good win for him. Fucking listen to the fucking Richard Sampson. What a fucking moron. Usyk is ducking a rematch with Dubois to fight Parker. Actually, the Parker fight is fucking mandated by the WBO, you stupid fucker. So it's not about ducking anybody. He's fighting who he has to fight. And Parker deserves to fight just as much as Dubois, who blatantly just fucking ducked Parker. Right? Like, some boxing fans just expose how stupid and fucking biased they truly are. I favor Bud, but I definitely think that Fundora gives him problems because Bud's never fought somebody so long, right? What does Triple G have to do with fucking anything? See, you're like John Boxing. Whenever fucking you're in a debate, bring up fucking Floyd Mayweather if you want to fucking kowtow Black America, and bring up fucking Golovkin when you want to fucking shit on non-Black America. Those are the only two cards you got in your deck, buddy? Like, come on. Stop. Hernandez is kicking ass now. He's like the Mexican Rocky. How is Usyk ducking? He already made him quit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Guys like Mason, they don't want a non-Black fighter to be dominant in the sport. The uppercut is crazy sneaky. Someone put Richard in the bathroom. I'm not a fan of Floyd. My favorite fighter is Chavez and Pacquiao. Oh, yeah, I can tell. You sort of missed the whole fucking analogy that I made, but that's not a surprise. It went over your fucking head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 51 seconds in round number 4. Our referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, stops the contest.
Why do you need to be out of the ring for a whole fucking year? You could have fought this guy 6 months ago. Even the way he wears his hat looks awkward and weird. You ignored it because fucking it exposed you for the race baiter that you are. Where's Gabby? Let Gabby get to the front. She's a world champion.
154-pound champion as he records his 14th knockout, and he is standing by with our Brian Campbell.
Sebastian Fundora, long layoff, but you look like you haven't missed a beat. Respectful embrace there between the two fighters. Didn't seem like you had nearly a year off. How good did it feel to shake off the rust and deliver the boom tonight?
I felt ready this whole time. You know, I've been working very, very hard. This past year, we went back into camp back in May last year. After that Sioux fight, you know, there was a misunderstanding of me having a broken nose, but we're working on time.
Anything I say about the LDBC is true, but I barely mention the LDBC anymore. But I'm glad you bring up a topic that's irrelevant once again.
The sky's the limit.
You're, of course, known for your all-action style. I don't think it's possible for you to make a bad fight. But what did tonight prove about your punching power?
I think maybe to the fans that I'm a powerful fighter. You know, I felt always a powerful fighter, but you know, with this fight, I guess it just showed even more.
Well, even though it's against a mediocre opponent, so you did what you should do, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, this was a cherry pick. You got the result you're supposed to get. Congratulations. Now let's see what you do moving forward. You're going to fight Jesus Ramos. I would favor him to beat fucking Jesus Ramos in a fight between the two of them. What do you guys think about a Ramos Fundora world title fight. I tried to compare Hagler to Golovkin's career, and you made yourself sound foolish doing so. No, Richard. People like you make yourself sound foolish, because the only reason this comparison is a problem with you is because of the racial component. When you look at what they've done in their careers, then you can see that Hagler had already had losses and draws early on in his career. His best wins were when he fought lightweights and welterweights moving up in weight. One of those welterweights, coming off of 3-year, 4-year fucking hiatus, came back and beat him. So I like Hagler, but you trying to act as if what Hagler did is levels beyond what Golovkin did is the problem. People like you fucking only worry about the racial component, but yet you're a Julio Chavez Manny Pacquiao fan. Yeah, okay. Why aren't Mexicans winning anymore? This is a guy who says his favorite fighter is Julio Cesar Chavez and says, why aren't Mexicans winning anymore? Mexicans winning all the fucking time. What are you talking about? Literally, Mexicans are winning all the time. He lost his biggest fight. No, he didn't. It was a draw. A draw is not a loss. Go ask Tank Davis. You fucking dumbass. Ramos would beat Fundora, but it would be competitive. Yeah. No way fucking I think Ramos beats Fundora. He's going to get bludgeoned. But keep mind you, like Fundora, he actually beat Mendoza and didn't get knocked out. Can't use triangle theory. Fundora stops Zayas. How is Zayas relevant? Why do you love so much GGG? GG was a great fighter, great amateur, great pro, and literally Golovkin just saved amateur boxing. Obviously not just him alone, but he was an integral part of why fucking Olympic boxing is going to be in the next Olympics. Thank you very much, Golovkin. So even no longer fighting, he's still helping boxing. He's somebody giving back to the sport of boxing. Golovkin never was anything negative to the sport. He was always something positive. But people don't want to support him because he was white. I don't know why you don't want to support him, because you're also white and from his neck of the woods, but okay. The last I checked, the undisputed champion is Japanese, black, European. Canelo is white, obviously. No, Canelo is Mexican. Are you fucking moronic? He's obsessed with GG. That's probably John or Damon. Yeah. No, my name is Richard, if you can read Stinger. Well, but you fucking basically say the same messages as fucking John. Because what's Golovkin have to do with anything that we're talking about today? Why is it necessary for you to come on a video when we're literally watching boxing and talking about the sport, where there's real fights that are happening, but you're so fucking obsessed with pushing these fucking stupid fucking narratives? Nobody talked about Golovkin today. You did. Nobody brought up race. You did. Before you came on this live, race was not a topic of conversation. Golovkin, irrelevant to what we're fucking talking about today. We're talking about the 154-pound division, literally where we saw two fighters from that division fight on the same card and the possibility of those two guys meeting up against each other. But you'd rather talk out your ass. Janibek is fighting pretty soon, isn't he? Yes. Ramos has the size to compete with Fundora. He would create angles with his level changes and stop Fundora, but it's another great fight. See, once again, I'm obsessed, but you're the one bringing it up. Tank made more money than both of them. Jake Paul made more money than Tank Davis. So, see, once again, you prove that you're a fucking moron. What does any of this have to do with what we're talking about today? You think you're getting one up on me. I can fucking like Golovkin and Lomachenko, right? And to be fair, Golovkin has made way more money than fucking Tank Davis. You can't be fucking that stupid. Well, I guess you could be that stupid, but okay, we'll look past it. Canelo can be Mexican Parade and not. Oh my God! Stop, man. Stop. Like, we don't need your fucking foolishness. We're talking boxing. You're fucking trolling. Go fuck yourself. Right? Because what does Golovkin, Canelo, have to do with what we're doing today, which is watch boxing? Literally, fucking Vladimir Hernandez is in a fucking dogfight right now on Pro Box. We just saw a great performance from my man, Fundora, who I'm not a big fan of, but it was a great performance. He did exactly what he had to do against Cordell Booker. Now, I will put it on my big screen on YouTube and watch the Pro Box card because I want to see Lester Martinez on big screen. Here we go. Big screen. Now I don't need glasses and I don't need my iPad. It's amazing the fucking moronic fucking so-called boxing fans that fucking will come on channels to push stupid. It's like Mirage last week, right? Capping for David Benavidez like crazy. Like, that shit's irrelevant. What are you fucking talking about? We're watching a fight. Embarrassing himself. Dudes are mental. These guys are mad. Canelo's the face of boxing. Golovkin never fought with top guys. Oh, Abe, you fucking are Kazakhstanian, but you fucking hate Golovkin. Are you okay? I know there's a war in the Ukraine. Does that mean there's no medication in Kazakhstan for mental illness? Because what's your issue? We don't need to talk about Golovkin. He's not fighting today. Who's winning? Vladimir? Newton hit Samson with the LDBC wrench. Those are alternative accounts trolling. I think so. People love to fucking make accounts and troll. Well, I don't know. The fight's pretty competitive. The only guy who got a knockdown so far is obviously the opponent. And I like the opponent more. The way he fights, his style, the way he puts his punches together. I think he's going to win the fight against Vladimir. But look at that uppercut. Great shot. Vladimir just looks like fucking the plumber that came over to my house to fix my sink. Speaking of which, I need to fix my sink later on today. Thanks for reminding me, Vladimir. The Russian Mexican. Lucero. I'm picking Lucero for the victory. We'll see if Pro Box is fair or not. Good uppercut on the inside from Vladimir. Good hook from Lucero. Oh, of course, they got fucking punch count in favor of Hernandez. No surprise, no shock there. Oh, nice shot from Hernandez. Nice shot from Lucero. These guys are giving as good as they take. This is what you call a great Pro Box fight. I think it's Dragon Fairy with the troll accounts. Yeah. What do you think if Lomachenko has a chance against Davis? I think he beats Davis, but he's just as likely to retire because apparently the reason he's not fighting is because he's having back problems. I mean, we know once you get a little older in age, these kind of nagging injuries start to fucking become more of an issue. And he's still young, so you don't want to have like long-term fucking issues. Hernandez actually has won every round since the knockdown. Really? That was a better round for Lucero, though. Okay. I just don't see how you can look at Vladimir Hernandez and think somehow he's an elite fighter, because there's nothing elite about him. the comparison that he is the Mexican Marciano, maybe there's some truth to that, meaning that he's aggressive, he gets hit a lot. But I don't think there's any elite fighter that this guy beats. Come on, Lechero. I just like the way Lechero fights more as well. He's more fluid. He doesn't look like he's as one-dimensional. Hit that body. Big left to the liver. Nice counter from Hernandez. Hernandez got those short arms. How can corruption in boxing be defeated? I don't care. I don't care about fucking PEDs. I don't care about corruption. I don't care about all that shit. This is something people only fucking harp on when they want to be negative towards the sport. I'm watching the sport. I'm watching the sport, enjoying it. So all that negative stuff, I don't need to fucking worry about. Machado, he is cloning people over at JB's, but he deserves his spot on TV. Yeah, well, if you're an entertaining fighter, you deserve opportunities to get paid for sure, right? Nobody takes that away from someone. Every mofo deserves a paycheck. I don't watch UFC, not really. If there's like a fight that sort of is a crossover fight, I will watch, but outside of that, not really. Round 9. And after this, we have Lester Martinez. Lester. I'm kind of disappointed that Lester Martinez hasn't been fighting more as well. And I thought by now we would get to see him in probably a bigger fight. So that's a little disappointing. That one judge looks pretty attractive. She's not even 80 years old. What's going on? That's unusual in boxing to have a non-80-year-old fucking judge. They finally have a judge that can actually see. It's going to be a good fight. Lester Garcia, Martinez, 18-0 with 15 KOs. 29-year-old Guatemalan fighting Joe Shun James, 9-0-2, right? Like you're fighting a guy with 11 fights with 2 draws. At this point of your career, you figure you'd be fighting people maybe with a little more name recognition. He did come off of a victory against Vaughn Alexander in his last fight. That's a good win. Even though Vaughn now, what is he? 18-9-1. 2 draws, one against a guy who was 8-0, one against a guy who was 4-0. So if this guy gets steamrolled by fucking Lester Martinez, nobody's going to be surprised. You've been probably following boxing for more than 20 years. Well over 20. Earlier today we were talking about Oshaki. He is in a very tough spot. Who the hell is he going to fight? Well, I would hope that a Raymond Ford or a Navarrete, right, opponents would be available to him. You hope so, right? Now he's part of Top Rank, so why can't those fights happen? Let's look at these rankings. So Oshaki is one champion, Emmanuel Navarrete is the other, Lamont Roach, and then obviously the IBF is vacant. We're probably going to get who? Eduardo Nunez versus Rikishi. That wouldn't be bad. Or are they going to put Raymond Ford in position to fight for a vacant title against somebody? Isn't Ford going to fight Liam Wilson, if I'm not mistaken? Right now, Eduardo Hernandez is number 1 ranked for Oshaki. Didn't he already fight that guy? Magsayo is number 2. Raymond Ford is number 4. I'd be excited to see a Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster fight. That's a good fight. And the guys Raymond Ford's been fighting have been pretty mediocre. Of course, Emmanuel's going to be fighting Charlie Suarez, but after he fights Charlie Suarez, why not fight Oshaki Foster for your unification? Bring Magsayo over to Top Rank. That would be a decent fight. Magsayo, you could have him against Foster. The good thing about him is at least he has name recognition, right? So that in itself would make for an intriguing matchup. And Oshaki got to get somebody. That's why I say Magsayo, Raymond Ford. In the meantime, I mean, I know Ford's got a fight scheduled. Obviously, Emmanuel Navarrete is fighting Charlie Suarez, so he's booked as well. They just need to keep that kid busy. And Top Rank, they do a good job keeping guys busy. Yeah, I said Ford is busy. He's going to be fighting, Matthias, who's fucking a waste of time. I don't know why they have him fighting him. He already had one cherry pick fight at the weight class. Now he's getting another. Ooh, big fucking shots by Lucero. Come on, Lucero, put the fucking gas tank down. Let's finish this 10th round with a big one. Maybe we could drop him again. Lucero, go, go, go. At least as a Pro Box fan, you're getting what you want. Fucking rock'em sock'em robots. One minute and a half. Come on, Lucero. Let those hands go. Nice shot. There you go. Backing him up. Got him on the ropes. Good body shot. Dig in there. Dig in. Oh, nice shots from fucking Vladimir. Trying to steal the round. Ooh, nice combination. Good shots. Oh. This looks like a poor man's version of fucking Barrera versus Morales. Let's go. Finish strong. 30 seconds to go. Vladimir, the plumber Hernandez. Game over. Good scrap, guys. Good one. Matthias is actually decent. Matthias gave Pitbull a tough fight, and when he fought Rocky Hernandez, he got robbed of a win he should have gotten because of the cut that Rocky got from a punch. Okay. I'm not saying he's a bum, but that's not a fight that anyone's fucking intrigued by. Ford was a world champion, just moved up to a new weight division, and literally is fighting nobodies, right? As opposed to trying to get a world title. It's kind of like the UK dude. Who was the guy at 126 that was a world champion? Moved up to 130. And we thought, obviously, he was going to fight the other UK fighter in a unification, or sorry, in a big world title fight in the UK. And that fight never fucking materialized until a long time afterwards. And was like, what are you guys doing? Why are you like sitting on fights? You're literally letting the fight lose momentum, right? And that's what happened. It lost momentum. It no longer was really relevant anymore because one guy had been so inactive that it was kind of like, okay. And now that's sort of what they're doing to Raymond Ford. It's way too fucking inactive. They gotta like let this shit be busier. What's going on? Who's this old guy?
March Madness live hangout with us. So what? Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please.
I just don't understand why I just can't watch the games live. All I can watch is replay. Matisse isn't a big name, doesn't mean he isn't good. He's got a punch and can box. Ford better be careful. Sure, but that doesn't counteract my point. Raymond Ford should be trying to fight bigger name opponents for money.
95-94 in favor of Lucero.
Lucero.
95-94 a favor de Lucero. El juez Villarreal, 96-93 a favor de Hernández. Judge Villarreal scores it 96-93 in favor of Hernández. Y la juez Cádiz anotó 97-92. Judge Cádiz scored it out 97-92 in favor of the winner by way of split decision. A favor del vencedor por decisión dividida. Bloody 24K.
No surprise, the fix was in.
Split, we got the right judgment. Come on, she is the one out of 98-92. Yes, they gotta look at that judgment. She's, I don't know what they're looking at. She's not looking. That's the problem. She's not looking at the fight. What she's looking at, but she's definitely not looking at the fights. Yeah, she had a 98.
I was looking at her though. Look at Paulie.
Now it was 95-94 for what was 98-92 score? That was when they walked the girl, right? She had her ticket. She had her ticket when 98-92. Yeah. I mean, so I don't even know what's the point of iron. How do you get shot? Two rounds in that fight. Yeah. And they were this fight. You give it to Lucero. I mean, again, Lucero fought hard, but you didn't win the fight. I think you won enough rounds, right, early on to make that kind of score. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and she had a 5-5. 95-94 was 5-5 minus 1 point for the knockdown. Right, she had a 5-5. 97-92.
That's not so bad. 5-5. Why you fucking exaggerate? Holy moly. So, where are we? All the other guys are with Rob except Sugar Nunez with Bob. Are all the other guys with Bob? Which other guys? Oshaki, Navarrete. Which other guys are with Bob? Raymond Ford is DAZN, isn't he? Am I mistaken? I don't know which other guys are with Bob. Right man got the nod. I'll just disagree with fucking Paulie, just to disagree. I wasn't watching the fight that closely. I was watching the Fundora fight for a few rounds. But at the end of the day, it don't matter. This is the man. They're trying to boost up. This is the pro box superstar right there.
Going out there, aggressive, keep performing, just keep getting better every time I show up. Very good job.
It's amazing. It's a blessing. I've been waiting on something like this to fight my hometown on such a big card.
Girl Del Sant.
I feel like I'm more stronger. As far as like training, everything, just get sharper and getting better day by day. And it can, my teammates.
Both those kids look good for pro box. Who's this one? Oh, Lubin. That's going to be a good pro box card, man. Fucking Lubin. Let's check out those rankings. So where's Lubin? Yeah, Valdez is irrelevant right now, though. I mean, we're talking about other guys right now that are world champions, like Lamont Roach, obviously the Russian kid that's underneath of him, the guys that are fighting, obviously Nunez, who's he fighting? The Japanese guy. Japanese kid might be with Top Rank. I'm not sure. Obviously they have connections. Where's Lubin? Fucking Lubin. Here we go. Josh John versus fucking Victor Martinez. Here, I'm looking right now. Who's he fighting? He's fighting Andrell Holmes Jr., 17-0. Oh, I thought those two kids are going to be on the card, but they're not listed right now. So far, that's the card. So I'm not sure if those other guys are going to be on the undercard or not. Nazareno Romero, a woman boxer. This kid, Andrell Holmes, 17-0 with 6 KOs, 6'2" with a 74.5-inch reach, 30 years old. So far, beat Wendy Toussaint, not a bad win. Wendy obviously was 14-1. Vernon Brown, 13-1-1. Ismail Varalio, 12-0. Marlon Harrington, 10-1. Hugo Noriega, 10-2. And just got a win against Edwina Jr., who is 9-0. And now you're stepping up to fight Erickson Lubin, 26-2. It's quite a jump of opponents as far as level of opposition. Here we go, my man.
To mark the passing of two legends of the sport of boxing. The first of whom fought absolutely the best in his division on the way to becoming a world champion. And the second overcame the struggles of the mean streets of Houston to go on to capture Olympic gold at the 1968 Mexico City Games. In an absolutely stellar career, his fights inspired phrases like "Down goes Frazier."
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
And in 1994, at the age of 45, he reminded us all that life is full of second chances. And he did the impossible and recaptured the heavyweight world title. We mark the passing of these two great legends with boxing.
Who's the other legend?
A moment of silence in memory of world champion Livingstone Bramble.
Livingston Bramble?
Big George Foreman.
Livingston Bramble? Livingston Bramble passed away? How old's Livingston Bramble? Oh, the Rasta man, the Muffin man.
Thank you.
Livingston Bramble is dead? How old is he?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue from the National
Oh.
Pavilion. Once again, this is Pro Box TV.
Ex-boxer Livingston Bramble, dead.
House of Champions are being sponsored by Bet Online and Wild Casino. This contest
64. Oh, time flies, man.
the WBA Continental
Yeah.
America Super Middleweight title. Esa dura. Batallas dispuestas en juego.
Dead at 64 years old. Rest in peace, Livingston Bramble. He gave us some great fights, man. Bramble. He was a good fighter for a period of time. And it was funny. They're talking about fought everybody, and then they acted as if he was better than George Foreman. I don't know if that's true. Well, I know it's not true. But let's look at his peak. Where was he? When did I start watching him fight? Fucking fought Ray Mancini in 1984. Mancini 29-1. Stopped him in the 14th round of the 15 fight. Then fought Edwin Corrette, solid opponent, and then rematch Ray Mancini, beat him in decision. Fought Edwin Rosario. If you guys never saw Edwin Rosario, you should check out his fights. Great fucking Puerto Rican fighter. Edwin Rosario at the time, 28-2, ended up knocking Bramble out in 2 rounds. Then he faced Freddie Pendleton. Freddie Pendleton, you look at his record, 17-15-2. See, when people talk about dudes having losses in their resumes, it just shows you they're fucking stupid and they don't know anything about the sport of boxing. Because Freddie Pendleton was a fucking great fighter and he had double-digit losses, but still great fighter. Rematch Pendleton, ended up stopping him in the 10th round. Brian Padden beat him. Harold Brazier. Harold Brazier was the man. 63-9-1. Fucking Brazier ended up getting knocked out in 2 rounds by fucking this guy. Brazier was great too. Santos Cordano. Tony Martin. Fought Oba Carr, lost a split decision. Much bigger fighter than him. Anthony Stevens. Roger Mayweather, lost by disqualification, had a draw with Daryl Tyson, fought Costa Zoo, lost the decision. Buddy McGirt, Rafael Ruiz, Wilfredo Rivera. Yeah. Man, I got to go back and watch some Freddie Pendleton and Harold Brazier fights. Look at Harold Brazier's career. 105-18-1. Only stopped 2 times in fucking 120-something fights. He was a real throwback fighter. That guy was on Friday Night Fights all the fucking time. Oh, here we go. My Guatemalan motherfucker. Let's go Guatemala. With his rat tail. Lester Martinez. I got to see Lester in with some of the big names, man, against fucking all these other big dudes at 168 pounds. There's a lot of good up-and-coming fighters of that weight class. Mimbili, Pacheco, Elisius Iglesias, Beck Melikuziev. I'd like to see him versus Beck. That'd be a fun fight. Let's go Lester. And even better, I got some cold pizza in the fridge from last night for my lunch. That's going to be good. So Lester Martinez establishing his jab. 72-inch reach. Obviously giving up a bit of reach advantage to Jones. But then again, Jones never been in with anybody to talk about, so we'll see what he's got. A Guatemalan fighter. What's the odds? So surprising. Nice right hand from Lester. Lester, sponsored by GNC. You got a jab to the body, Lester. Let that hand, you're not being very active. Nice jab. Trying to pull counter, but didn't land. Jones really on that jab. You can see this is going to be a battle of the jabs. Whoever can establish the jab is obviously going to establish their offense. Both guys having some success in the first round. Lester starting to jab to the body. That's good. Change it up, move it around. Good jab to the body from Lester. Tried to bring the left hand up afterwards to the head. Missed. Not a very interesting first round. Obviously, Jones using that jab, making it hard for Lester to open up and commit to punches. We'll see what happens moving forward. But yeah, at this 168-pound division, man, you got Canelo. Obviously, you're only going to fight him if you can generate something. You got Mbili, Pacheco, right? Iglesias. Obviously, Mbili, Pacheco are close to potentially getting a Canelo Alvarez fight. Iglesias, he got to beat somebody. There's talk about him facing Mbili, I think, next. Plant, obviously, if he gets a good win, say versus an Edgar Berlanga, that would propel him potentially back into a Canelo fight. Kevin Saggio, Jaime Munguia, Berlanga, William Skull, Pavel Sinegalin, obviously, Luka Plantic, a Croatian fighter, another Kazakhstanian guy, Bek Nurmagomedov, Bek Malikuziev, and then, of course, Lester Martinez right there, Vladimir Shishkin, Sergey Derevchenko, my Canadian brethren, Eric Bazinian, Malik Selecki, Darius Fulgham, up-and-coming American, right? He's all the way down at fucking 25. You got somebody that the LDBC could get behind in Darius Fulgham. But that just shows you, there's a lot of really intriguing opponents that are just not at that level yet. So they should be fighting one another in great fights, right? I'd be excited to see any of those dudes fight. Eric Bazinian, you could throw him in with the other Canadian dude. Obviously, he got beat in 2024 by Munguia. Now you could throw him in with my other Canadian fighter, Stephen Butler, right? Him and Butler, that'd be a great Canadian matchup. There's this other Canadian who I'm unfamiliar with. I never heard of him. But round 2, let's see if either one of these guys can start using more than just their jabs. Nice jab from Lester. Good counter right. Another right hand. Little check hook. Martinez is starting to let his hands go a little more this round. Another good jab. His jab got some power behind it, some pop. Every time he lands it, it gives him the opportunity to then jump in and throw a power shot. Jones, not really doing anything different. Oh, good fucking shots in the inside from both guys. Jones had some good effect on the inside. Jones is not bad on the inside. Long arms, but he gets his punches off well. Quick, fast. He's obviously got the faster hands out of the two of them for sure. that looked like a easy Lester Martinez round, but in that exchange, I mean, Jones fought himself back into the round for sure. Round 2 in the books. What do you guys think about Lester Martinez? Who would you like to see him step in the ring with at 168 pounds? Obviously, as I say, there's a lot of potential opponents. I think maybe the guy I would prefer at this point would be maybe a guy like would be Bek Melikuziev, right? Beck obviously bounced back after his loss, now currently 15-1 with 10 KOs. Exciting fighter, both of them stylistically. You know, there's some similarities in the way they fight. Neither guy is very long. Both hard punchers, both bring it to you. It would be a pretty interesting fight, for sure. That would be a fight, obviously, people would be excited about. Derevchenko, that obviously would be a great opponent as well. But, you know, Derevchenko getting a little old. At 39 years old, it's kind of unfair to throw him in as a gatekeeper against a guy like Lester Martinez. But, you know, maybe that's where he is right now. Round 3. It's big right hand from Lester Martinez. Another big right hand, a looping right hand. Good jab. Another right hand. He's starting to land that right hand a little more consistently now. Try to throw a little uppercut in the inside. Oh. Counter left. Move Jones back. Jones kind of looks like Bud Crawford. He's a mix between Bud Crawford and Deontay Wilder. Aha, Martinez trying to get that uppercut in the inside. Can you imagine it's still so early? Only fucking 10:49. These fight cards really started much earlier, and this was a good thing. I can watch some NCAA basketball afterwards. I think Lester needs to go to the body more. For a guy with his style, he doesn't really go to the body at all. He's far more of a headhunter, which, you know, at this point of his career is okay. But what happens when you step in with high-level opponents? If you can't mix things up, break them down, you're going to be limited. Nice check left from Lester again. So far this round, he's having a lot more success. Or Jones has had little to no success. Oh, the left hand. Fucking fight over. Jones done. KO'd. Come on, you're not going to let that fight keep going. That had to be fucking after a 10 count for sure. Really? I can't believe fucking that's not over. I think that was the longest fucking count I've ever seen in history. He was fucking stretched, flattened, laying outside the ropes, and still the ref didn't fucking count him out. Lester Martinez's right looks good, but his left looks different. Now, if he can start throwing that to the body a little more, he might have something going for him right there. I guess nobody likes Lester Martinez. Everybody ran away, even though they just missed a fucking stellar fucking knockdown. which I think should have been a knockout, but we will see if Lester is able to follow it up this round. Round 4. Can Lester Martinez go out there and get the fucking knockout in impressive fashion? Let's go, Lester. Jones looks pretty composed. He's using his jab. Doesn't look like he basically just got knocked the fuck out. Big right hand, looping right hand from Lester. Another right hand. And Jones's legs are rubblery. Oh, Jones is done. Yeah, his legs are shot. He totally looks like fucking Deontay Wilder now. I can't believe this ref keeps letting the dude fucking go. He can't even walk straight. Yeah. Fight's over. Good win for Lester Martinez. Exciting, sensational knockout. Good work, young man. Lester Martinez, somebody to pay attention to at 168 pounds. A really intriguing division. I know a lot of people want to shit on Canelo Alvarez and make it all about Canelo and moan and groan and fucking, cry this and cry that. But the reality is those other guys in this division, they need to fight each other and make great fights. And the guy who earns an opportunity to get a Canelo Alvarez fight will get a Canelo Alvarez fight. As we said, there's a lot of good fighters there. Obviously, Canelo's going to be fighting William Skull next. We understand why. Not a fight that people are asking for, but, it is what it is. But you still have Munguia, Berlanga, Saggio, who gets no attention, but is a super exciting French fighter with a huge knockout fucking streak. Caleb Plant, Iglesias, the Cuban, who looks special. Then a Pacheco, and Pacheco, I think, is going to be the dominant fighter out of all of them. And then Mimbili, another exciting French fighter with a fucking non-stop action style. Then, of course, you got Lester Martinez, who just fucking scored a great knockout right now. Bekmel Kuziev. You got some exciting fighters, man. Let's put these guys in the ring together for some exciting matchups. What were they saying about Mimbili? The fight between him and his countryman fell through. Him and Saggio was a fight people were super excited about. Two power-punching fucking French dudes with great knockout resumes. 28-23. Him versus Saggio. Where's Saggio? Here he is. 24-21. Man, that's fight for fucking French domination. That fight would have been sensational. But, it is what it is. But everyone left me, so I'm going to eat something and watch college basketball. So thanks, everyone, for jumping in when you were here. Thanks for the super chats. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good weekend. Peace out.